from the Shelley Studio, and today I am working on my mission inspiration for August. So that was a photo of the prompts that comes from the Facebook group Mission Inspiration. If you just search that on Facebook, you can find it. If you're not already on that Facebook group and like to do these prompts, it's a really fun thing to do. So I am going to go through and do all the prompts and see what we end up with. So this one, the first prompt was add fragments of book text. So I basically have a book that I just take papers out for my mixed media stuff and just chopped up a few pages and glued it down onto my magazine book that I have been using for mission inspiration. I do have a playlist. I'm not sure how updated it is. I will try to remember to put a link to the playlist and update that if you're interested in seeing others. I do have other people's mission inspirations on there as well, at least a few of them. Some of Mike Deacon's, which it's his group, and he's a really fun artist to watch. It's been really fun doing these mission inspiration videos or projects. Of course, I record them all, so they're all videos too. Anyway, it said cover, so I'm covering the whole thing with the book text. Probably didn't need to make you watch all of it, but we're about done now, right? Alright, so maybe we'll cut to the end of this. There we go, boom, we're almost done. Alright, so the next prompt was to add a thin wash of paint or gesso, and I know I didn't have that photo at the beginning of very long, but there was 3 color suggestions, and one was buttermilk, warm gray, and peach, so I'm trying to use what I have that's close. So I did cover that in a pale yellow. I added a little extra white to it to make it really pale, and I added a little matte medium to thin it out so it would be thin. And then the next prompt was stamp over your page with ink or paint, and this one is a gray. I don't know that it's a warm gray, it's just gray. It's called Watering Can. It's archival from Ranger. It's probably more of a cool gray, but it was the only gray I have. Probably could have made a warm gray with my paint, but that's effort. Okay, so the next one is to add 1 or more focal images. And so I went through magazine and I found this black and white picture. I believe it's Madonna. I didn't realize it when I cut it out. I just saw it and I'm like, oh, she should be sitting on a flower. So I cut her out and we're going to paint just, this is not a realistic flower. It's just a made up in my head flower. And the color I'm trying to go for here is peach. I'm using orange and I've added a couple of different shades and then added some white to soften it. Then I decide you can't really see the petals too much, so I add some more of the darker back in just to kind of make it so you can see the flower. Anyway, this thing gets a lot of working over. Trying to make it so you can see the individual petals. Sorry for the coughing. Put the dark on, then I put the white on, and then I'm like, I need something in between. So I put the mixture on. Alright. So I decided this flower needed a stem, so we're going to add a little green, and I added some white to make it more pastel, to match everything else going on. And just made up some random leaf patterns. Trying to make them look a little weedy, I don't know. I do add a little bit of the dark to the edges to give it a little bit more dimension. And I still don't feel like it stands out enough, so this is a general sketch and wash, so it's not the Stabilo, so it's not black. It's a graphite color, but it works the same way as a Stabilo. So you can put it on there, and then you can add water. So this is a water barrel brush. Just add water to kind of blend it and make it look like shading a little bit. And my magazine's so big I can't like rotate it. It's so much more comfortable for me to rotate the image around so I can get a good angle. So we work it out without. Or I work it out. I say we a lot. We're all having fun, right? I certainly hope you guys are using these videos as inspiration. I hope you're trying some of these things. They are a lot of fun. This group especially is just so much fun. I can't wait till I get this book finished. I think I've got a few more months left in it though, before it's full. Alright, so now we're going to put Madonna on there, and I decided she needs to be casting a little bit of a shadow, so I added some more of that general sketch and wash onto the flower, and you can't really tell. But we're going to glue her down anyway. We'll go in afterwards. So that stuff is still water reactive, so I'm trying to be careful. This is sped up, but I really am trying to be careful not to smear that sketch and wash pencil. And then we're going to glue down Believe and Achieve. So now I'm going in with that and trying to get it really dark and make it look more like a shadow. I'm not sure that it works, but alright, so we're on to step 5. Step 4 took a long time. 5 is to add washi tape or patterned paper strips. So I have these butterflies that I got in the discounts aisle at Michael's. So I thought they would be fun to put on this page. I'm trying to make them appear to be behind the flower for the most part, but this time I decided just to go over the front of that leaf because it's too much. And then I had to have something else, so we're putting some of my polka dot washi tape. I really like my black and white washi tape. I think I use it the most. Oh, and I just killed her. Look at what I did to her. See, always go over it and let it dry and be careful. So this is Payne's Gray that I'm painting over her shoulder to try and cure her. Then the next prompt was to add texture paste through a stencil. So I recreated that yellow and added modeling paste. And I'm just going through a polka dot stencil. This is the Tim Holtz one. I just thought I'd keep with that same theme. Now the next prompt is to add splatters, drips, or runs. So I am just taking some titanium white and fluid and splattering it on there. And then the last prompt was to paint, ink, or doodle a border or a frame. So I just decided I would take my marker and go around the edges and just darken it. So that is it. Now, there were word prompts on there, but I did believe in achieve, which isn't any of the ones that were suggested. But I thought it went well with it. I hope you liked that. If you did like it, please hit like. Feel free to share, comment. Always love to hear your comments. And if you'd like to see more from me, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.